50, it's a 59?
Yep.
And you own this, you bought this car what year?
95.
95. Watch out for that.
First thing in any restoration is to have a plan. One thing I always do in a restoration is never throw anything away until the car is finished. This way you always have, you may need to go back to something for a reference. The plan is to get this door on. They have the heater channel in, but it's not welded, it's just sitting. Always want to put the door on to check our gaps to make sure they've maintained. It's been sitting a lot of years without the channel in it, and I just want to make sure the car didn't open up a little bit at the bottom. So I always leave my doors on during all the metalwork process, even to constantly check the gaps, make sure everything is fitting well. That includes the fenders. I'll do all my metal work on the fenders now, even. I'll put them back on the car, make sure all the bolt holes line up. I'll mount the running boards on, I'll put the deck lid, hood, and then completely take it apart to do the body work and start prepping for paint. The other side, they welded the heater channel in already, and it looks like they did a good job doing it. It seems to line up with the pan. And we have a good door gap. So what I want to do is bolt this door on. It's just hanging there now, and again, to check the fit. So I gotta get some screws. Okay, you want to lift up on that a little bit? Keep going. Okay, oh, when? Oh, guess what? There's nothing in here to thread into. That. Ah, we got some ugly. There's a fold here, a seam. And VW wants you to unfold it when you remove one of these panels. And a lot of body shops today would just grind the overlapping metal down, and then it'll free up the panel. So that's gonna be a little bit of an issue to try to fix that.
So there's the inner fender, the NOS inner fender well. Firewalls in.
Yep. Well, as you know, I got this car from Jason, and somebody started restoring it, sometime in the 80s, maybe, or the 90s. They cut out all the rust in the car without bracing anything. And they compromised the body a little bit. The doors were sagging, nothing was fitting. So the biggest challenge I had was to get everything blocked up, lined up, getting the doors to close. Again, leave the doors on the car, fit everything to the doors. That usually tells the whole story. From there, we proceeded to put the heater channels in, firewall, rear cross member, which is your main frame, your inner support for the car. And now today, hopefully, we're gonna get this body off so I can get in there better and clean up some welds, weld some areas that I couldn't reach, fix up some more smaller rust spots. So I started with the firewall. As you can see, it's a reproduction firewall. It is not the greatest of quality. So I ended up removing the inside piece of the firewall. And if you know there where the dimmer switch goes, I had to cut the indentation out of the original firewall and weld it into the reproduction one, because the stamping, there was a lack of really any kind of a stamping there for the dimmer switch. So we did that, and then because they had cut out the rust in the lower part of the firewall, both on the inside of it and the outside of it, by them removing the left quarter panel and the rear lower wheelhouse, we had a bad door sag issue without any bracing. We had to do a lot of planning, figuring. I use a lot of plumb bobs, tape measures, and levels to get everything to line up.
So this car has really come a long way already. I'm really stoked to see the progress on this car. Of course, one's a 14. Go figure. Don't you love that?
Okay, so the problem we have with this rear body bolt is VW used these metal washers underneath the bolt head, and unfortunately it's rusted solid to the bolt, and it won't allow me to do a full revolution on the bolt. So we have to try to get in here and try to cut some of this washer away from there so I can get it to turn and remove the bolt. And a lot of times what I do is I save my used ones. When they get ground down small and they still have a little bit of life in them, smaller ones will sometimes get in these tighter areas better than this large one. So as a little trick, I always keep a little small box full of my old cutoff wheels for situations just like this. I didn't tack it down there yet. Till I get that apron. That's the original apron. I did save it. It had some rust-holes in it that I welded up.
A lot of welding on this thing. All right, after I failed the first time of getting all the bolts out, let's see.
The test
Loose now.
Oh yes.
Nice.
All right, it's not stuck. Let's
Try the back.
Oh yeah. Okay. Did that side look
No,
down?
I think I'm missing.
Is there a bolt under there still?
It feels like it, yeah. Did I miss another one?
Can't. Did you really? The tools are in your pocket, by the way.
That's good. It's good the tools are in my pocket because I need them. All right, let's try that again.
You ready?
Here we go.
Are you ready for body removal?
I am ready for body removal.
Have you ever done this before?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How did it go?
Oh, it was fine.
Okay. I'd like to see that someday.
Guys, why are you watching? You should not be watching this. This is not good. This is not what you want to do. But if you're impatient and you can't wait for your neighbor to get home, this is what you do.
And I've never seen this clip, so this has got to be good.
Oh, it's bad.
You don't have a cooler you can use?
or an ETV.
My big red. I've used it for so many things.
You know, I think your horse is lowering than she is.
All right, we're good?
Good.
Okay. All right, folks, you ready? All right, yeah. It's heavier than I thought.
Too heavy?
No, just keep going.
Get closer to your body.
This is
Over on
it.
this side.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you had all the weight.
Come forward with that.
Oh, it's this one here.
Where's it gotta go?
This one's gotta go like here.
See,
Go check the
see the hump here, Austin?
We're good up front. Go check the back. We're good there.
The back's
This is
good.
gonna come down and hit them pins. Okay.
So these are gonna go here.
Okay.
This-
It doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna
And
come
put
down
that
in the
there.
front. Just watch the back doesn't come undone on us. Forward a little bit. Jay, forward a little bit.
Forward.
There it is. Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
You come out, Jay?
Yep.
There it is.
Wow.
All right, yeah, so I have to make new ones. Looks like this
Yeah,
is.
they're a little off.
Yep, they are a little off, and that's why every pan is not the same. Yeah, you see how far off it is this way. Okay, so now that we got the body off of the pan, and we installed the heater channels in the body on this pan, the most important thing we need to do now is to make a template and locate the holes on this pan, so when we install the new pans, we have a guaranteed fit. And when I did my 65, I was able to put the bolts in with my fingers. If you follow this procedure and make a template. So the template I use, it's simply just locating the holes. It's just some strap metal and some locating pins. So these two front pins are going to locate the holes in the Napoleon's hat, as you can see. And then these two, as you can see, line up with the first two mounting bolts on the floor pan. And I'll do the same in the rear. So I'll actually bolt this piece on the rear cross member at these mounts. They'll line up, I'll bolt it down, and then these pins will fall into these hole locations. So now that I have the pan centered, forward and back, and in and out, this guarantees me a perfect pan fitment. So this is the right side one that's installed. As you can see, I got my locating pins here through the Napoleon's hat, and then my locating dowels through the first two mounting holes, and then the same in the rear. And then I'll pull these off, I'll cut the pan out, and when I install the new pans, when I'm doing my test fitting, I will use this to test fit, to trim either the front of the pan, the back of the pan, to get it to match these templates. And it guarantees me a fit every time. And it doesn't matter who you get the pans from. You can buy the cheap pans, the real expensive pans. A lot of people will blame the pan that they're not made right or this and that, but it's really the installer that makes it happen. Those are my experiences anyways. I've never had a fitment issue at all, no matter whose parts I use.
Almost done with tear down. Larry's taking the ragtop clip out. Just got a few bits. Get the wiring harness out. Glove box door, speaker. It's pretty much, that's about it, huh?
So today we're going to install the right side rear quarter panel on the 59 ragtop. Clocker Home panels, these aren't the best quality panels out there, but there are better ones, but I'm only going to be using the bottom couple of inches here, so most of this is going to get discarded. Now this is a patch, I call this a patch panel. It's not really a restoration panel, because this was designed back in the day to repair the rust on a VW. And the VWs, as most of you know, the quarter panel would rust out, and when it rusted out, it also rusted out the face of the heater channel. So what this panel does, it is designed to repair both of these in one repair. So if you're installing new heater channels in a car, you really need to remove the lower portion of this. You need to leave a little bit of a lip right along here so you can spot weld this to the heater channel. I still see a lot of people today weld this piece over the top of the heater channel, which is not a very good idea. Creates a moisture trap, and you can have a lot of rusting and issues down the road. Not to mention the fitment is not going to be all that well. So I'm going to be removing most of this. I'm going to be removing the door jamb section, because this is a very poor stamping. It doesn't even come close to lining up to any of the door jamb lines. My only problem is I do have some door jamb rot, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to repair that. Okay, so this is my door jamb rot that I have, and I have to come up with another solution because the Clocker Home panel, again, does not fit well in here. So I've got some junk bodies, and I went out there and I cut a door jamb piece out of one of the cars so I can fit here to repair the rocker panel. So I'm not going to use this entire piece. I'm going to cut it down. I'm a believer in using most of the original metal as possible. I'm going to go ahead now and start trimming this down, get it to fit. We'll weld it in, and then we'll go on to the quarter panel. So we're just going to start removing some of the rusted metal. And I'm going to come right across into this. I'll probably do my weld along here somewhere. This is easy enough area to finish off. So I'm going to leave some of that material there. This just will go So, right about here. Always run a piece of tape just as a guide. I'll leave a little bit extra. And if you're cutting it close, you have to take in consideration too the thickness of your cutting wheel. So if you do install this, you want this surface here on the same plane as your heater channel, because this is where your door rubber seals against. Okay, and you want this on the same plane. If you weld this and this is out like this, the door rubber could absorb it, but you might be fighting a tight door closure. So it's always best you want that up against that, and that'll go in a little bit more once we remove some more material up here. Okay, so now I got that pretty close. Just draw a line. I'm going to slowly start trimming and test fitting to get up to this line. We're almost there. Right there. A bit trimming in this corner, and I may take some more off of this edge here. I think that's good. All right, so we got this basically cut and fit. So what we're gonna do now, I'm just gonna clean the paint off my edges. And we'll take it over to the bead blast cabinet, clean it up, sandblast it, get all the rust off of it. So we're going to coat the backside with a weld-proof primer. I use the zinc, and it offers very good corrosion protection. Let that sit for about 5 minutes to set up, and then we can go ahead and install the panel. I think we'll maybe start right there. Right in the corner. Okay, that looks good right here. Okay, so now we can tweak this a little bit. Do a little bit of a gap there to fill. Hopefully we might be able to get that in a little tighter. Here we go. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. All right, it's basically held in place. What we need to do now is, I want to make sure that, as you can see, we're straight. You got no gaps between the straight edge. So we know we're straight this way. Theoretically, our door should fit there well, but we are going to double check it. Shutting you in. We know we're good there. Okay, so I'm going to start with a stone first, just to hit the welds. The welds are harder material than the sheet metal. So we'll do this just on the welds to clean them up, and then we'll go to a disc to smooth everything out. Okay. Down now, and I usually like to make a solid weld, make sure that I didn't miss any spots, because if you get moisture, like that little hole there probably goes all the way through, and if we get moisture in there, it's gonna rust and it come through the paint eventually. So if you have access to the back side of the panel, what I like to do is to backlight the panel. And by doing that, can you see? Anywhere you see, like here, you see the light shining through, you want to go back and get those welded in. So what I'll do is I'll backlight all my panels, and wherever I see some light shining through, I'll just put a little circle. 2 spots right here in the corner. I'll circle that. Okay, so I got a spot right here, and right here. Circle that. Okay, so now I'll go back and we'll slot those in. Okay, let's take that down, see what we got. Check. We got one spot right there. Is it right there?
Yep.
Maybe right there.
Always checking the door.
Always check it. That's next. Retack this.
Hit it with
Now we're going to cut and fit the quarter panel. So I'm going to start by, we're going to strip an area of paint off here so we can do an inspection of the metal, and we'll start with the fitment process. The good news is the car hasn't been painted. Obviously, it must be the original paint. It's not thick at all, and I'm seeing possibly the original primer or the sealer, whatever they used at the factory, and then one layer of paint. Okay, so we got our metal stripped down. So like I said, I usually like to use as much as the original body panel as possible. But we have to make the cut, we have to draw that line. I'll give you some ideas. So like right here, I see a little bit of a rust pit. I see a rust pit here, and the rest of it looks pretty clean. So obviously you want to be above this, so let's try to eliminate this rust. And if you try to match a panel through this, if you hit that with a welder, you're probably going to blow through and blow a big hole. The other thing I'll use is, if you can get to the back side, I'll feel the back side of the panel. And what this does is, if I can feel roughness or deep pits, I know I got to make my cut up higher. If it feels relatively smooth, without any surface imperfections, then you're probably pretty good to make your cut. So I'm probably going to make my cut above this, above that pit, probably right in through here somewhere. So let's draw a line. I think we're gonna go, also just right in here somewhere. This is just to give us a reference. So I'm going to cut this oversize by about 10 millimeters. And I am going to do a butt weld. But I'm going to show you how I do that butt weld. So we're going to keep a little bit of this radius. Okay, so we can always trim it back afterwards. Check it. I can see my mark is here and my cut line is there. So I may leave a little bit extra just so I don't cut myself short on this end, because I have no reference to measure. Here I still had the corner of the panel, so I can make an accurate measurement. Here I don't. I could probably go from, we could try that, I could probably go from the heater channel to here to see how level that line is. I just kind of eyeballed it, just so I don't cut the panel too short. So let's go from the heater channel to there's 120. 118, not bad for eyeballing it. Okay, so that 2 millimeter falls in the range, so even if this was a little lower, it would still do what I want to do. So this area here is a busy area. You got your wheelhouse intersecting with your rear cross member, which contains your end cap, intersecting with your quarter panel and your heater channel. So I already installed the cross member. You want to get these in the car first when you do your heater channels. You want to kind of work from the inside of the car out. If you do any outside work and then try to get these in after, you're gonna fight it. So I did all this repair work first, and now we're gonna work around this to install the quarter panel. So I think same thing here. I'm gonna leave a little bit of the radius. Okay, so obviously we want the the quarter panel even with the door, the bottom of the door. So we're just kind of eyeballing things right now. It all looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is just draw another reference line. It's the actual panel. So that's going to overlap right there. So I guess what we can do next is we'll go ahead and remove the old panel. It can be anywhere anywhere within that space. So I like to go a little bit and then stop a little bit just to keep this does generate some heat. So we want to transfer as little as we can into the body. Cool a little bit. Okay, there's our old panel. So it's a good idea sometimes to do this in two pieces. I'll have a weld here. Because if you do the full wraparound, this is a complicated area to try to get lined up. So you could, if you're doing a butt weld and you get this lined up, by the time the panel wraps around to this surface, you could wind up with some gaps that you don't want. There is a method to correct that, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that on here. Now we're going to start prepping our panel for replacement. And what we're going to do is we have to put some holes in here for spot welds. So I'm going to remove the paint from this. Okay, now where it spots welds here, we're going to clean this up. We're also going to clean the back of this off. So now I'm going to trim this end flap a little bit. It's made a little bit too long. Same width on the top side of it. We'll cut it down to about maybe here. I guess I'll leave that. All right, next we're gonna punch our holes for our spot welds. Gonna punch 2 or 3 holes in this. because the quarter panel is going to be spot welded to the heater channel here. When you have two metals coming together like this in a spot weld, you want to use a weld-through primer. You want to use it on the end of this tail, and I'll tell you in a minute what we're doing with this. I'm going to do it on the back side of this quarter panel, and we'll let that set up. Old-fashioned tin snaps. This is my reference right here. This little bit of corner is what you feel it bottoming out. Right at that point, I should be good as far as my door alignment with my door, but we will double check that once I feel a little more comfortable with this. Okay, it's good. Perfect, right there, that's where we gotta be. The level is right on. That's nice and tight up against the heater channel. And we are good to go. So I think what I'm gonna do first is, so this tab here, guys, is part of your cross member. And one of the important reasons why you want to install the cross member first is this tab folds over the heater channel and gets spot welded. So this just ties in the strength of the cross member assembly. It just ties it all in, and it's part of the strength of it. Okay, now that that's folded over, I'm not going to weld it just yet. I want to make sure where it intersects with the quarter panel. It's not going to create an issue as far as fit. And actually it does. So I may put the quarter panel behind it. Or what I would do is I'll just click that down a little more, so it's not interfering with the flange of the quarter panel. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to tack it on. I'm feeling confident about that. So we're actually doing an overlap weld, but it's going to end up being a butt weld. So what we need to do, we need to make two vertical cuts right here. And one here. All right, my level is good. I'm going to do, we have an overlap right here. I'm going to do a series of like 4 tacks. 1, 2, 4. All right. Level is good, panel is in place. That's going to go up and weld to the heater channel just fine. We can double check our door one more time. Yeah, we're good. All right, next. This off. Let me show you how I do this. again, there's millions of different ways to do this. You can do a lap weld. You can put a step in the panel, weld it that way. You do a butt weld. I prefer a butt weld. The key to the butt weld is you really need to get good penetration. And I don't like a complete butt weld. I like to have a gap between the two panels to fill, and I'll show you why in a little bit. So what I do, I have the panel tacked in place, and right now it's an overlap. So what I do now is I'm going to take my cutting disc and run it on the top of the outer panel through the second panel, and it's going to make for a perfect line, and the thickness of the disc will end up being my gap that I want. And that's how I do it. And if all goes well, my vertical cuts, as you know, the bottom of the car panel ended about here. So I made 2 vertical cuts up to this line, up to this line. So when I eventually cut through this panel, the scrap piece that's hanging back there will fall down inside the quarter panel, and I'll be able to reach around and pull it out so it's not in there rusting, etc. So let's start, and we're going to space these apart. We'll probably do a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit towards the middle. So I'm going to rest this right here. Cut up to the weld. Now by doing that, this panel goes in, and I have a perfect mating surface. So I'm going to go a little bit more. I'm going to go right to the other weld, I think. Okay, there you have it. That's almost not even welded yet, and it's almost on the same plane, what we want. All right, we am going to put just a tiny bit of pressure here to push this in, and then we're going to do our next weld. Tiny bit, that's all I need. So what I'm doing is I'm getting on the inside now, and this panel that now is hanging free. Well, it's not, because it's still connected here and here. What I want to do is just kind of bow it out of the way. There we go. Now, sometimes you're going to fight that a little bit, so I'm going to push that in just a little bit. All right, there we have it. So this is the gap I want to fill. All right, so I'm gonna ever so gently push in, and I'm gonna use this as a guide to help hold and steady the welder. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna finish welding across here. I'm gonna show you how I do this. So notice when I weld, I don't go head on with the welding tip, because you're trying to bridge this gap, and it's hard to do this way. If you go in from the side like this, you're able to hit the previous weld and build out that way, and it fills the gap better, I think, because a lot of times if you're going to weld this way on top of it, you're going to end up creating extra material on here. And you don't really know if you're getting really good penetration that way. If you go in from the side like this, I know that this is filling the gap better. And then that's going to result in less grinding, and less grinding means less heat. We'll go to our disc and clean that up a little better, and then we'll backlight it, see what we have to go back and fill in. I got it basically welded in. I still have to backlight it and go fill in some more spots and do some more grinding, get this smoother. So what I'm gonna do now is go down and weld in the bottom. I usually like to weld this first and save this for last, just for movement reasons. Once you tack this down, it's tight, it's committed. So I like to get all this welding done in case there's any movement in the panel. It's not gonna bend anything or warp anything because this is not solidly welded yet and committed. So I'm pretty pleased with this, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up the spot welds on the cross member, tail piece that wraps around, and the lower quarter panel. Panel is primarily in. I still have some more work to do. I have to weld up this cross member, quarter panel, heater channel area. I have to put a weld on here. Like I said, I'm going to have to backlight this, fill in areas I missed so I have a solid continuous weld. And then I have to regrind this, clean it up with the disc, step down the finer grit discs to get a smooth finish on this. So I have quite a bit more work left to do here, but it's primarily in, and that's it, we'll go from there.
Feels really good. Looks good.
Come back to this side. This all looks pretty good. So just clean that up. That's close enough to get it down flat again, and I'll backlight and I can go back in. I'm sure I got plenty of spots to hit. Okay, so we finished up today putting in the repair panel. I got a little bit more to do to it, not too much. I'm going to backlight it. I already found 2 more little pinholes I need to correct. I'm pretty happy the way it came out. The weld came out good. I got 0 warpage here. Got put a little bit of just a skim coat of filler on this, and I'll probably tie that in with this panel. So after I got the panel in, I remeasured my measurement between the 2 holes. I noted it on the quarter panel, and it's right on the money. So I'm pretty confident the Fender will bolt right onto this. Once I get ready for body work, this is all my rough. I do all my rough welding, rust repair at once on the car, and then when I get closer to doing body work, then I will come back in and do some hammer and dolly work, getting this as flat as I can. I try to get the metal as straight as I can to minimize the use of body filler. But we all need it, we all use it. The stuff today that they make is way better than years ago. So, and if you do something and you have to use a fair amount of filler, I suggest you put like a fiberglass reinforced filler down first, such as Duraglass, and then you can put your lightweight body filler on top of that. But I'm hoping with some hammer dolly work, I can get this to just have a minimal amount of filler in it.
What's
There you
going
go.
on?
Well, we got to get these broken bumper bolts out of the mounts. So before I put heat, I'm going to get these vice grips set to the tension that I want them. So remember, heat expands, cool contracts. So this is what you want to do here. You don't want to heat the actual stud that you're pulling out.
Heat around it?
You want to heat around it,
Okay.
correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you got like the trifecta going on that,
Yep.
so I think she's good.
Can you hand that to me? You have to work it back and forth.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, there you go. Keep going, because it will tighten up on the possible.
Beginner's luck here.
Wow.
I'm good.
I'm fired.
Good to know. Yeah, go quickly because it will.
It will, as it cools down, it could tighten back up again.
All right, we'll
Sometimes you gotta go back and
Why don't you
forth.
maybe just hit it one more time?
You ready?
Yeah.
If you leave that on there though, that you probably won't be able to put your hands on it.
Better to heat it up again than try and force it out of there. Bumper broken stud removal.
Take 12.
Take 12, that's right. My memory card, my SD card was full, so I don't think I got the first shot. Try to bite a little more on there. There we go. Nice. Yes.
Got it?
Yes. There it
Right.
is. 2 for 2.
There it is.
Oh, I just jinxed myself. We doing the other side too?
It's already done.
Oh, good.
Sorry. I know you're having a blast.
I am.
Okay, we're gonna do a repair on this rear apron on the corner. The metal has torn right here and it's pulled away, which when it did that, it created a dent right here. Now I do see some evidence of some previous body filler. So we're gonna have Jay clean all this up and then we're gonna go through the process of removing the dent. None yet.
No.
That's pretty good. If they
Good
did,
sign,
it's just
yeah.
a minimal amount. It looks like it might be just into it right here. You'll see the dust.
Bringing you my 60 Impala. So it's cooking.
All
Bye.
right, here you go. Do you know what to do to repair this?
No, I'll tell you a story about these. When I worked at a body shop when I was 17 or 18, the owner of the body shop said, Jason, you can use my toolbox. I didn't really have any tools. So I went over there to get a 10 millimeter. I opened the drawer, hammers. Next drawer, more hammers. Oh, more hammers. This guy likes hammers. And then when I got through all the hammers, I got into these like metal things. Okay,
Yeah.
more metal things. It was just all it was this, all these shapes of
Yeah.
metal. But anyway,
Then I have a drawer full of each over there myself.
that's what I heard. He was a master at moving metal, so we're attacking that.
Right, but how you want to do this is high, right? So this has to go down because it's pulled away.
Okay.
And when that pulled away, it sucked this in. So how we're going to repair this is, it's called off-dollying. So basically what you're doing is taking an S. Okay, so we're going to straighten this out by use of hammer and dolly. And we're going to end up doing off-dollying, which means on-dollying is hammer on contact with the dolly and the metal in between. We're going to do off-dollying. And basically what that is like if you had an S, okay, how would you straighten that? Let me turn it this way. How would you straighten that if that was a piece
You're
of
gonna
metal?
make it a flat line
Yep. So you're going to come,
on the high spots,
we're going to come upward pressure here,
downward there.
downward pressure
Okay.
there. And that's how you would straighten that out. That's off-dollying. You got a hammer here and a dolly there. So what we're going to do here is you're going to have you push down here like this.
Okay.
And then from the back side, hit the low as you're pushing down on this. This should pop out and this should start to go back into position. So now the amount of force you use is you'll know when you feel it. The thickness of the metal, the depth of the dent. You want to start on you don't want to just whack it in the middle.
Okay.
Start on the outside and work your way into this.
Common mistake, I'm sure, because I always just give it the business right at the
Right. But you want to support this. To help this come out, you want to
Okay,
push
right.
in on this and out on the
So
back.
starting at the shallow end and work.
Yep.
And work your
And
way
then
out.
just gentle taps. You just want to shock the metal. You
Okay.
don't need to beat it to submission. So, and you're right-handed, so maybe come where I am. Well, when that's straightened out, we'll weld that back into place.
Did he say when that's straightened out?
So I said if.
It's got a lot of confidence in me. So push it down on this.
Down some pressure. and
Which hammer did you say? Does it matter?
I would use that one
This
here
one?
with the smaller head on it.
This one, yeah.
Because you're in a corner there, so I mean, get comfy if you want to sit right down so you can look at where you're hitting. You can do that.
I'm starting high, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna head down this way?
Yep.
Okay.
If it's not moving, you may have to strike a little harder.
Okay. Would you go gradually down, or would you just
I will work my way down towards the.
down to here?
Yep, more towards because this is still dented in.
I can see, yeah, that, but
This looks like it came out here where
Okay.
it started to roll.
so
Yep, so
Start to go a little
work
lower?
closer to
Okay.
get that out.
it's getting there. I mean,
It is. Keep pushing downward pressure on this.
Okay.
That puts tension on this, so it'll spring and pop.
Should I hit it right on the D
You
yet?
can now, yep.
Okay.
You're getting towards it, so right up.
It's getting there. And then later to go with the high spots, you just tap them down.
After we get the panel straight and then if we have anything high, then we can do arm dolly.
The only downside with looking back there is you can't see what's going on here, but
Right. You kind of have to feel it.
Soft.
Or look at it.
soft taps. Still got that good crease in there. You feel
that's
it?
okay. Yep. It's getting there.
Yeah, I would have never thought to hold it. I would have just been banging. I know kind well. I'm learning.
Whoa. Getting there a little
Yeah.
more, maybe push a little hard on that corner.
Alright.
Because you can see it's, when you have metal that comes together like this, it's really strong.
Okay.
So.
Man, that's getting there.
Okay, so I want you to do it again now that you can push this to here. And just bring up that little bit and it will be someplace to weld.
Bring up this little crease.
Yep, see that little bit?
Yep.
And this doesn't have far to go. See, I can almost push it with my hand. So
Oh, when you
so when you put tension on this, then
it's
this
almost
should,
flush, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that by doing that from the backside, it'll help the contour.
Okay.
You have to whack it a little bit harder because you're down into a tight, congested area. Not bad, just a little bit
A little
there.
bit there, yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep, and this is almost in place. So that'll be good. So now
So
Next.
Go ahead.
Yep, next we'll probably have to grind this down, re-weld it. I probably won't do it just yet because I want to fit my fender so that this curvature matches the fender.
Okay.
And this ain't too far out from the fender. So, that's it.
Not bad. And then you just go back and tap the...
Yep, then we'll do on dollying to get it smooth if there's anything high. But it doesn't really feel that bad.
Nice.
Feels really good, actually.
Thank you for the lesson.
No problem. Yep, we got some parts coming in, but the majority of the rough work is done on the body now. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put our 4 fenders on and we're gonna work those. If you know, VW fenders are kind of a pain to put on a saw horse or a body stand or something to work on them. So I actually mount them right to the body, nice and tight. And then any welding, dent removal, any rust repair like I had to do on this body, we'll do with them mounted in place. And at that same time, we'll be able to put the bumpers on, make sure the deck lid opens, do all your pre-fitting. You want to do all that before paint. You don't want to go back and fix things later. So that'll be next coming up. So we're gonna just do some minor repair work, welding. We're gonna mount them, bang out some dents, get them ready for media blast. But we're just gonna do some rough work on them now.
Okay. Get it.
Check the fit and all that stuff before we get everything sandblasted.
All right. Sweet.
All right.
Cross your fingers.
And I'll just kind of talk you through it or talk you around it. So what I like to do first is just like this. See how this is kinked in? Just to gently pry that back out. Give it a gentle squeeze. And then this, I want to, so what we're gonna do is weld this today. Because a split in the fender, if you notice, look how much it changes the shape. See how that cuts in like this?
Yep.
And it comes back out like this? Where if you put that back into position, see how it becomes one smooth, uniform arc now? So this is the kind of things I want to do now. Right. So I want you to get the disc grinder, just clean the paint around, the rust in the paint around this, and on the back side. Just go gentle, and then we're gonna...
So you don't want to take too much off.
Yeah, and then we're gonna either clamp it, or I'm gonna hold it, and you can give it a tack, or vice versa.
Yeah, you hold it, I'll...
And then you can go around with the hammer and dolly, and I usually like to just flatten out things like this. Flatten this out, because we do have to weld this.
Okay.
But for now, I like to try to get everything back.
Original shape.
Yeah, as best we can, especially when you're trying to fit them, you know. Remember, this is shaped like an S, so you want to possibly off-dial it. To straighten that out.
Got it.
Yep. And then once it's straight, you can flatten it. So go ahead, you can flatten this down. If you need a different dolly to get in here, you can work that down. I can hold it here. I can assist. I mean, we can actually do a little around every mounting hole.
Okay.
Because they do get pulled after a while. So, we're not going to put the whole thing in because it's not quite shaped the way I want it. You see the arc is not close. So, but I'm glad to have it, just to have
the piece.
Yeah, we're going to end up just maybe cutting it here and welding this piece in here to repair it. So that's what we're going to end up doing after sandblasting.
It's going to be pretty involved repair. That's pretty,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got to make sure the holes are in the right spot. So it's going to involve measuring the holes on the body, and just in case those are not in the right spot, we have to make sure that one was done.
So we're going to here, you think?
Yeah, but we're not doing this. That's going to be after sandblast. So what I want to do now, I just want to weld up this tail.
All right, buzz that up.
So just gently, we don't really want to grind too much metal away. We just want to clean up around here.
This I feel more comfortable about, dropping a weld on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've
We'll
welded a
see.
little bit.
That could be touchy too.
We'll see.
We'll see about
I'm
that.
getting overconfident.
Good ground, very important. Forgot to let go.
Yeah, I did.
Hang on.
F minus. Look, good looking weld though. Want to trim me?
Okay.
Was it too close?
I got a little bit of a, still got a little bit of a flex there, but this is,
Hammer Dolly.
that's, nah,
Broke my weld.
your weld broke. Not good enough. All right.
I'm blaming the ground.
What?
I'm just gonna go with the ground.
Well, hey,
I'm kidding.
so you're here to learn, so. All right.
How much should I have? More than that?
No, that'll be fine. So just watch the weld, and then when it puddles up nice, let off on your trigger.
Can't see it though. All right.
Way better. See how it's flat?
Yeah, penetration. looks good.
Penetrated better, so now it probably is not going to split on us.
I got the old tic tac. I just gave it the old tic tac because I didn't want to.
No, look on the inside. See how that melted right through?
Yep.
That's perfect.
Nice.
All right, and that's, look at it, it's holding its shape to where I want it.
I'm gonna drop one there.
No, let me just. Just get this a little better. Look at that, it didn't break. All right, so now you can go ahead and weld up the whole split. So when you do this, where you want to be careful is right here, because it's most likely going to burn out right here.
Okay.
Okay.
So start with one right.
Yeah, yeah, and then go all the way around to the inside. You can, so do this part from here, and then we'll flip the fender over. Do just what you did there. The first one. Want me to hold this? I
burned
can.
it.
What's that?
I burned it.
Yeah, that's normal. That's, oh, right in there? Yep, so now we gotta try to fill that. You think you can fill a hole?
On this, I doubt it.
What you wanna do, yeah, you can try it. I mean, we're not gonna hurt nothing. So what you wanna do is you wanna try to stay off of
You want to hit the weld.
the sheet metal. You wanna try to get on the
Pull it
weld,
off.
and then it'll should flow and grab the metal. You have to do maybe a little short strokes to fill that hole.
Yeah. How do you see through this thing?
You have it on?
What do you mean?
Did you turn it on?
I didn't turn it on. No,
You're a blind welder.
you gotta turn it on?
Yeah, you gotta turn it on.
I don't know.
Can you see now?
Oh, now I can see. I'm used to just like auto on, auto off or whatever. This
Yeah.
is the old school.
That is an old one.
All right, now I, oh wow. Oh,
What a
this
difference, huh?
what a difference.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it filled in.
You filled it? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now,
Little gobby, not.
well, we'll
not
clean it up
terrible.
and then we'll see what it looks like on the back side.
Gotta fill that little.
Sometimes I'll maybe weld both sides, just to get it good and strong again. All
I
right.
should turn it on.
So be careful here. See, we got some brown. Those are rust pits. So
Okay.
those could blow through on you. You want to go gentle when you get up to there.
All right.
Well, go ahead. See what happens. You know, sometimes you want to do a tack and let it cool before you move down to that spot. And you can rest your hand.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks. I mean, it wasn't
Not bad. All right, so let's.
wasn't a tough repair, but
Nope. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Sometimes it's better to start
yeah,
with these repairs. So you probably wanna
grind that.
grind that down. Just watch your edges.
Right.
So you can see how we got a nice. Now that it's welded, we have a nice consistent shape of the fender. It's not split and flopping anymore. I feel that now. Feel how strong that is. It's amazing how one split in the side of the VW fender will make it
Oh yeah.
all floppy. Okay, so you ground here and you ground here.
Yep.
So now we got to get the radius in.
So you gotta roll it a little.
I see. Yeah, or the other option is if you're not comfortable,
Sand it by hand.
you can use just a file.
Okay.
A file will also work to do that. Go ahead and try that.
Not terrible.
Nope.
You feel it. What are you thinking on that? I mean, I know it's high,
Yeah, a little bit more.
but how's?
But we don't have to get crazy now. This is
Yeah. Okay.
when we do body work, then we can
Alright.
regrind it or reshape it. My goal here is just to get the fender stable and strong. Like that.
Yeah, that's done. See, I didn't see that. Wow. All right.
All right, so
Back in here.
back in here, see how you got good penetration here and here, where it melted through. So what I want to do, I want you to come in from the back side here, and then I want you to weld from here to here, and then we'll grind this down. Because you have weld on the back side, which
Where's the ground? Is the ground on?
no, it's not. Is your helmet on?
Yeah, my helmet's on. Oh yeah, did I turn it on? I gotta push it on?
Yeah. You stuck it?
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
I better keep that handy.
Yeah.
Try to let it off a little sooner.
Alright.
After it pops up, let it off and pull it right.
So pushing here,
And then bang, you can feel
this ridge right here?
Yeah, you're in the corner, so it might be kind of tough. So use the small
Alright.
head of
But
that.
I want this ridge, right?
Yeah, you want to kind of flatten that out.
Alright.
So you want to push on that as you hit down
Got
on
it.
that.
Yeah, that moved right up there, huh?
Yeah. And see how, look how it brought that right down?
Yeah.
See how that works now?
Wow.
So you may want to get a little more right here. Feel that? Try to flatten that out a little
Okay.
bit.
Am I going?
You want to feel different directions. You want to feel both this way and this way. Because if you go this way, it might feel fine, but now go that way.
So as far as technique, I'm not gonna off dolly that? Am I gonna
No, here,
flatten that? I'm
yeah,
gonna
here you're
flatten
gonna
that.
go flat.
So I'm gonna put dolly here.
Yeah, put it right on it and then. Better?
Yeah.
See, you like that, huh? Look how nice that is.
Wow.
See, we have some rust here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm probably gonna have to replace this.
So you're gonna replace that, and then we'll put a patch piece in on the back side.
Yep. But right now, I just wanted to get it roughly into shape so we can
Sure.
see what we got, how it matches against
Nice.
the apron. All right, so I'm comfortable with that now. So now, as it's upside down, I want- just take a note. Now again, you're gonna work on the dents.
Quite a big dent.
So it's better, and even up here it's creased. But I like to save the original German fenders, especially being ribbed fenders, so. try to get out. Trees. You want to work on this in there. So yeah, we'll pound them out. But what's nice about VW fenders, because of the shape of them,
They go back.
compound curves, yeah, they almost have like a memory.
Okay.
As long as the dent's not too deep. You don't want to just whack it in the middle here.
Because that's what I would do.
I
would be like dot, dot, dot.
Start working
On the edge.
here and then start working into the middle. And you got two separate ones here.
Right.
So we maybe start with this small
Small one.
one so you can get a feel for it.
So so we're just gonna flat out just
Yep.
hammer around and then come
Yep.
to the center.
So try to hit flat, because see what you're doing?
I'm putting a dent in it.
Yeah,
All right.
if you catch it with the edge,
Okay.
you're gonna put it.
I did it again.
Yeah, so you wanna make sure you go like
All right.
that.
Am I gonna go over here now?
However you wish.
Well, you know me, I would go right down.
Yeah, you
that.
could try that, because see, this is the high part of the, or from the other side.
So
it's the
start
low.
and gradually.
Right. You can move too. Instead of just keep staying in that same spot, move up and down this crease, and that'll slowly bring it down together. Because if you do it sharply just here, then you're gonna.
So would I
Yeah, right.
keep going down the ridge? I can see the ridge.
Yeah, if you can see.
Oh,
the
I can see the ridge.
Right. So you want to.
But would I incorporate this?
Yeah, you can go off of it a little bit. Off of it there and there.
Because again, at me, I would just whack that sucker.
You kind of want to gently bring
Okay.
the whole thing down.
Well, I know
Can you feel it moving, what you're doing?
I can see it moving. I
Okay.
can't feel it.
Take your time. Remember, you want to shock the metal. You don't want to.
I can still see it's high,
Yep.
but it's getting there.
It is.
And
You try down here too.
Is the striking better? That strike with the metal?
You want to do. It
Gentle, depending on
depends
what
how
you're doing.
deep the dent is,
Right.
how thick the metal is. You take time. This is what we're working with. See how this is rocking?
Yep.
That's telling me that this one's probably high. But either way, these low areas you can see underneath the straight edge, that those are low.
So there.
So we're gonna have you can work on this more and fine tune it some more if you wish.
Okay.
If you wanna play around and get more familiar with the hammer and the dolly.
Just tell us the quick tip that you had for me as a beginner.
Oh, as a beginner, yeah, if there's still paint on the fender, and I can tell by pretty much looking what's high and low, but you know, new guys like Jason or whoever, you can just take a block and a sandpaper, and you want to go in a crosshatch. You want to crosshatch and it'll show us roughly what we're dealing with. So this is the outline of the original dent, and this is it basically removed, and now to fine tune it, we got some high spots and some low spots in between. You can do some more hammer dolly work and really get this straight. Sometimes I'll put this in a punishing hammer, run it back and forth, and really get it good and straight the way it's supposed to be.
And show us the dolly technique you had on there.
Oh yeah, so yeah, basically you can just
When you were bridging the two.
yeah, you're going to bridge the two. Because basically, if you put a straight edge here, you can see where it's low. Right here, you can see the light coming from underneath. So pretty much this has to come up. So you can put your dolly here and then come from the backside and gently bring this area up. I'm only feel that now. Remember that was all dented right there? So we can do some more if you want.
So you're telling me this is better than me?
Yeah, I think VW Fenders fit in here well. So
Wow.
yes. So
You
want to work this because it's high here, low here. Feel that. That's a little high right there still, but
That's amazing.
Is that magic?
That's
or what?
amazing.
Magic.
That is, wow.
Let's see if I can get that down. I may have to go to a die that's got more of a crown for that. Okay, you have to dance with me. I'll let you check that high spot. Go on.
That's crazy.
Isn't that something?
You got one little low spot there, maybe.
So yes, this is another option.
But I mean, this was like, that was a whoop section.
Yeah, I
right
don't even think we did anything. Oh yeah, we did a
You
little
did,
bit.
yeah. You ran it over it.
Yeah, it's high here. Feel that.
And you got one spot here.
Yeah,
Can you
we
get
can work.
that?
Let's work this
Yeah,
area.
let's see that.
how that is high right here. That crease.
That's crazy.
So let's see if we can. I don't know. We have to. Let's see. I'll let you check it.
Wow. I mean, like, wow. I've never
Go on
I've-
ahead. High spot. Feel the high spot now.
I've never, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never,
That's another option after we get the big dents out.
right.
Instead of the tinking here and there with
Forever.
the hammer and dolly, you could just put it in this and
And
float these right out.
Wow.
And you can work on this all day, all week, and never use a stitch of body filler.
wow.
So
I believe it. I mean,
Yep.
that's amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
Look at that.
I mean, look at that.
Feel that.
I mean,
that's like-
they can't feel it, but I can tell you that is like, that's amazing. That's butter. That's smooth. That's impressive. I've never seen one of those done. I've never seen that happen. That's, there it is.
There it is,
I mean,
punishing hammer.
that was 2 dents and
Yeah.
Wow.
See how quickly that went? So let's see if we can do something over here.
I think the key was the initial hammer and
Yeah,
dolly.
yes. Yes, you wanna.
Just kidding.
That's all you. Okay, so.
All right, guys, well, these are the fenders. We didn't quite ran out of time to get this one finished up, but you probably remember the damage. This one, man, both of them, just crazy how that thing just took those dents right out. I can't believe it. I wish you could feel this thing. It's amazing.
And the reason why I bolt these on now is I want to be able to eyeball this edge and make sure it's perfectly straight. It is out here a little bit, so I still have a little bit more work to do on this edge. That's the reason why I do mount these, pre-fit them, make sure everything lines up before I get them ready for sandblasting.
It's just a quick update, guys. It's day 2. Back out here just welding. Larry's trusting me with the welder. Can't believe it. We got these punch holes that I cannot figure out what these are from. So we're gonna weld up these, hammer dolly them down, and fill in some of these, all of the punch holes. What do you think? We have no idea what those are from.
No, I have no idea. They're not drilled. They punched them with something. I get the birth certificate came in, so that there's nothing.
And the color of this car was?
Is Fjord blue.
Okay, white walls.
Yeah, white walls.
Ram protection. Backup lights. M3.
That's the thing. I thought they called it override bumpers.
Yeah,
but it
that's,
actually said ram protection.
yeah, I think
on
that's
that.
overrider bumpers.
That's probably the USA package.
Yeah, the M350. So if you got any info on the M350, or if you know what these are, call me immediately before I weld them all up if it's some some rare accessory.
Yeah. Reverse light.
Yeah, the reverse light. That's
and,
weird.
Hazard.
Hazard
without flasher, it said.
All right, we're gonna get back to it. So thanks again, guys. Appreciate Larry for giving me the opportunity to work on this car. It's pretty awesome.
Now you'll have the knowledge to tackle one of yours.
Yes, I will. Thank you, sir.
That should bridge this and add a little strength to it as when I remove. There it is.
Yeesh.
They had just gobbed a bunch of weld in there. And we're gonna the front looks really good. It's a perfect match.
Yeah, that front's mint.
Isn't that nice? It's just what we want. So we just gotta get the back. I just gotta square that up just a little tiny bit.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna fine tune this up, make sure we didn't miss anything. Oh, right here's a little tiny spot right there. See it a little bit? Yeah, just so slightly. Right in that circle. And right here we got, see that? Get them all. Up right here. That should be good enough for now. Got some of the bulk out of it. Now we can go back in. It'll be a little easier to get our missed spots, just to give you an idea on the backlighting trick. You can see where we need to fill in. Now here, you want to be careful here because you really need to mimic the radius of the hood to get it to match. So we're very gently just going to go like this and up and around. Perfect, lines up. We got some hood adjustments to do. So some of the things you guys might have missed is I put this quarter panel on, duplicated the factory spot welds up along here. They did 2 offset rows of spot welds here. This will get some seam sealer. And then along here was welded. I drilled holes, took some measurements from the other side, mounted my trim. Put the spare tire well in. You guys weren't here for that. And that's a clocker home panel, which those actually fit pretty well. And I made these tabs so it would resemble the earlier ones where the electrical wire ran under here and was folded down. So we started by welding it along here and the 4 spot welds here on this tab. The front apron was off at that point because I could get in here easier to weld this with this out of the way. And you have to put this back on because it actually pulls these quarter panels in. And note that I put my hood latch on and my cable and actually got this mounting and functioning. You want to do all that now in the metalwork stage because we all have that heart sinking feeling when we close our VW hood and you pull the cable and it does not release. So you want to do all that now. So as you saw that this does open and close fine. So I'll take some notes, some photos of what position the latches are in. So, and I will pre-assemble this again before it goes to paint to make sure everything is fitting well. I got some adjustments still to do on the hood. And you want to do that pretty much with everything, the fenders, the doors, deck lid, things like that. Get everything pre-fit before it goes into paint. So we had some rot in the original lower vent panel here, the window channel and all that. I ended up just removing this because it was so bad. As you can see there. Cut another one out of a spare car. And this will fit right here. So you gotta be careful when you do these because this vent panel is actually out of a 1965 car.
Okay.
Of course, you know 65s.
Bigger window.
Big windows, but down below,
Same.
they are not. They get bigger up here. I want to try to keep this as low as possible because you see here, it's just starting to get a little bigger. So I want to keep my repair as low as possible.
Right. Before the transition.
Before it starts transitioning up, yes. So I will not weld this in now. We had one comment where people asked whether I sandblast or strip by hand the cars, and the answer is both. I do both. Even though I have a really good sandblaster who's never warped or bent anything on me, I don't want to give him that opportunity. So what I'll do is I'll strip the delicate panels by hand, so your door skin, quarter panel, and then the rest of this can get sandblasted. When I get this sandblasted, get some epoxy on here, and I'll actually shoot paint in here, and then weld this on afterwards. And probably I'm going to mount my fenders and do my fender repair, so I can get everything sandblasted at once. Then it'll go into epoxy primer. Then we'll do a little more metal work, welding, and then we'll start our body working process. Okay, so we're getting ready to strip this panel. And what I like to do while there's still paint on here is I like to note any problem areas that are going to need to be fixed. So what I like to do is take some wax and degreaser and wipe the panel down. And if you sight down the side of it, you can see I got some little door dings here. I got a little crease here. I'm going to note where these are. So I know I've got a door ding here, I'm going to circle it. I've got a little ding right here, I'm going to circle it. I've got, looks like a little crease right here. I'm going to circle that. I've got a good sized dent right here, I'm going to circle that. And I just want to check a little tiny ripple right there. And one right here. And slightly right there. Okay, so this is just for a reference, is why I do this. And what I'll do is, I'll just snap a picture of it, simple enough. I'll just have that for a reference. And the reason why I do this is, once the paint is gone, it's really hard to see these little dents and things like that. Yeah, they'll show up in block sanding, stuff like that, but if you miss one, you're gonna find it late in the process of block sanding, and they're a little harder to fix at that point. I try to fix everything early on, so I really only have to block sand the car once. I'll take that as a reference and make sure that before we strip all the paint, that I have noted where all my damaged areas are. So there's a couple ways to address this, and on this panel I may do this, I'm not sure yet, I haven't made the decision. We already have two previous repairs that we did here. They're gonna require a tiny bit of filler here and here. But now you can see I've got a little ding here, 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 here. There's a bunch of them. So a panel this small, I may put a very thin skim coat on here and then block the whole panel down. This way here guarantees that I've caught every one of these. I don't generally do that process. I'm not a huge fan of it, but on a panel like this that has this many little dings, it might be feasible to do that. So the door, for instance, only has a couple little minor dings, so I will just fill these spots and then I will not skim coat the door. It all depends on the panel and how much work it needs to determine whether I do that. So now that I got this noted, we're gonna let Jason strip it down to bare metal, and then we'll do the other side, and then the body will be pretty much ready for media blasting. Okay, ready, Jay?
Ready.
All right, so I got 80 grit disc, and I'll use this to sand the body. It's really fast and efficient. So what I want you to do is I want you to use most of the disc.
Okay.
So you want to lift it ever so slightly.
Okay.
You don't want to generate a lot of heat, and you're primarily just trying to get the paint off. You don't really want to sand
Metal.
or grind any metal out.
Gotcha.
And you don't need to go full bore on this, just enough to keep the wheel going to get the paint off. So this is how I do it.
Makes it look easy.
It's a very fast, efficient way of doing it.
Okay.
But then again, if you have multi-layers on a car and you have a lot of rust, then you'll have to go with another plan. But this is the best plan for
So
this
this is
car being
80?
original paint. Yep.
80.
Just keep it moving.
Yeah, you made it look, I saw what I missed.
Yeah, you see, well, you missed. You know why you missed? Because this was the crease.
Oh, okay.
So you went over it with a flat surface,
Oh.
so the paint is gonna stay in the low. So you
Gotcha.
might notice that, like when you do, like where one of the dents, watch.
Yeah.
Here's your dent.
Yeah.
See how that works?
All
There
right.
you go. Yeah, you can move around, especially if it's starting to get warm, but it's not, so you should be good. Or you can go longer, take a little longer passes. Let the disc do the work. Okay, so Jay finished up sanding the panel down, and that took a whole, what, 5 or 6 minutes maybe? Not long at all. So now it's ready, this side's ready to get media blasted. So the sandblaster will blast basically from here up. I'll have them stay off of here, just as a precaution, not to bend anything up. But if you do know there's like a little rust speck that was happening underneath, he may just hit that spot for me to clean it out. So you don't want to do any body work over stuff like that. It can just come back and haunt you. Okay, before we get ready to strip this side, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about what's going on here. This was done, I think, in the mid-90s. They put this panel in, and they really did a pretty good job with it. I'm not gonna cut this panel off and put another one in. I am, however, gonna grind out this old filler they have in here, and I'll probably just put Duraglass, something a little better, in here. But I do want to talk about, if you can note, see the rust on this new panel? Okay, so this is proof that primer does not protect metal. Primer, what happens here, even though this car was stored inside, primer absorbs moisture. And you can see the rusting underneath the primer, and that's the cause of this. So that's why it's so important when you're done with body work, metal work, and if the car is going to sit for any time, you want to put some epoxy primer on there to protect it and keep the moisture out of the metal to prevent this from happening. Because if you work over this, it's going to come through your paint, and it's just not going to be a good thing. So now we're going to go ahead and get Jason set up, and we're going to let him strip this side. We're going to grind out this filler and get ready for media blast.
Oh, this? Yep.
Keep going with that?
Guys, we're back down at Larry's garage with his 59. Larry, what are you showing us today?
Today we're showing you how I block sand and in preparation to getting the car ready for paint.
This car was sitting for decades. Larry's been through this whole car. I can't even believe seeing it together.
Different ways of block sanding, different methods, but I'm just going to show you what I do. And in the meantime, we'll show Jay a little bit and how he is going to block sand his cars one of these days. So fortunately, the car wasn't, a total wreck. All the wheelhouse area here is all original. The original spot welds on the body mount, the bumper mounts are all original. I didn't replace any of those. I think I had to replace one engine shelf, and this one firewall here was in rough shape. We had some window rot up here, so I ended up cutting this out of another car and putting that in. And I did spray the Fjord blue down in there while this was off, just because it's a difficult area to get paint in there. So I sprayed it, cleared it, and then welded the panel back on. So where we're at now is the car is in final prime. I probably primed it several times. After body work, prime it, and then block it, and correct any high and low spots at that point. And then, so that would have been blocked with like 180 and then 220 grit paper. And then at that point, I'll reprime it. So, and then I'll reduce the paint, the high build primer a little bit, so it lays down a little better. And now we're at the 320, 400, and then we'll probably finish at 600 before we go to sealer and paint. So basically the body is straight at this point. The block sanding we're doing now is just to find any minor imperfections to correct before paint, and then we're going to be leveling the high build primer is what we're going to do. So basically the first time around, I'll use flat black and spray can and just dust the panels, and then we'll sand it down with a block till we get to this. And then the next stage from this, I'll use a powder. So I'll put a black powder on here, and then I'll go to 400. And then pretty much from that point forward, all we're doing is removing sanding scratches from the previous sandpaper. And then, so we'll finish it at 400. I'll put it in a rotisserie. I'll spot prime whatever areas that I had to repair or any little defects that I find. It'll go in a rotisserie. I got some work to do underneath. And then we'll do a final 600 grit sand on it, and then we'll put it in sealer and hopefully in paint here in a couple of months maybe. So this has already been blocked with 320. So I go around the whole car with 320 first. And then, so we'll just wet this down a little bit. And we'll use a block. And basically what we're doing is we're going to cross hatch, and we're going to look for little defects. So what this is basically doing is you want to remove the black and look for any little defects. So these spots here, all that is the black that has settled into the low areas, which when you spray primer, it's like having orange peel. So the black will settle down into the low spots, and this is how we smooth the primer to get it ready for paint. So what we do is we just keep going until all the black is gone. Do a little test spot here. And there you have it. You just keep sanding it till all the black is gone. And that's how I block sand. So choosing blocks is you want to use a block that's going to conform to the surface. As you know, VWs are very round. There's very little flat panels on it, so you don't want to use a stiff, flat block. So this block here is a good one to use in small areas. If you can just push down right here and it conforms to the surface, then this will follow the contour and give you a good block. Same like on the quarter panel here. See, that fits nicely. I don't know if you want to zoom down on this, but so this is the block that I choose to do this. You know, if you use a stiff block, See how that, if you sanded with that block that does not conform to the surface, you're only gonna be sanding here and you're gonna end up just creating waves in your body work and stuff like that. So it's very important to have a block that conforms to your surface. We're looking.
It's pretty thick, right?
It is. This is very thick, high build primer.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I usually use a urethane primer, high build. You want to avoid like polyester primers, things like that, because they absorb moisture. So if when you wet sand it, it's going to be absorbing the moisture. If you're dry sanding, not a problem.
Okay.
There you go. So we'll do that to the entire car.
Today?
How late are you staying? So this side here has already been done with 320, and then we'll take some black powder, and then we'll push it. So now you can see all, can you see in here? See all those fine scratches? Those are all 320 grit scratches. So what we're doing is we're pushing all the powder into those scratches. And then I'll do a little sample. We'll take a little piece of 400. 400 right here, so this will work for this. So wet it, and then now here you can zoom, you can look into here. Now you can see how all the sand scratches, you see how all the black has settled into those scratches. It might be a better shot. So that's why we keep sanding with the 400. Same process. We'll sand it till all the black is gone. When all the black is gone, then all the 320 grit scratches are gone. And then we'll powder it again when I get closer to paint. And do it, we'll use the 600 grit paper to remove the 400 grit sand scratches. And that's basically it. And then there's a test that we do also. We'll see, I don't know if this is finished at 320, so it may not show up so well. So what I do for a test, the final test to check the panels, when I'm done is we'll use a like wax and grease remover. We'll spray it and then wipe it, and this will give you a nice shine. Can you get that in there? Mm. And then you can get down and eyeball the surface and see any imperfections or any waves you might have in your body work in case you miss something. So we'll do that right at the end, just as a final check before we put it in paint. Before you get going, see these pinholes right here, these tiny minute pinholes?
Yep.
You need to zoom in on that. See how the black one in there? Then that's kind of what we're looking for.
Let me just shoot a...
Or I can talk maybe while you're doing it.
No, I can overlap a shot. So I don't get the...
Yeah, you may have to get right in there close to see them. They're very minute, and that's what we look for when you're doing a, a detailed restoration.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so again, I said earlier we block sand to try to find minor imperfections, and as you can see, we found some right here. We have an area of pinholes that I missed, and having that black guide coat settles into those low areas, and I was able to see these, and now I can address those before paint. So I ended up finishing the block sanding process, and then I'll end up just putting either some icing on here or some I'll spot prime it and then sand it and continue on. But those are the reasons why we block sand at this stage. The earlier stages, when you're block sanding at like 180 and 220, we're looking for any major, well not major, but bigger issues in the body work to make sure we got that straight. So this is the flat black primer that's in a spray can, and when I spray a guide coat on, see, you want to get it kind of on pretty uniform but light, but you want to have full coverage. A lot of people just will take a can and just kind of make it look like a zebra, put stripes on it and things like that. But I mean, if you miss an area here that you didn't get any primer on, there could be a defect there that you're not going to see. So it's important to cover the entire panel with the guide coat. That gives you a chance to really view the whole area to see if we have any defects in those spots. And then when you do the powder, and you want to push the powder in really good, because the idea there is you want to push it into the sand scratches, so that when you sand with the next finer grit paper, that you can get all them scratches out of the primer. So my first step for pan removal is I always make these jigs to ensure that the new pan goes in a proper position. Otherwise we'll have alignment issues when we mount the body. So it's basically, this locates the holes, the two front holes in a Napoleon's hat, and it locates the two mounting holes on the pan. You see how that fits in there nice. So same with the rear. We locate the two mounting bolts on the cross member, rear cross member, and two rear bolts on the floor pan. So these bolts will drop in, locates, and as you can see, these bolts So that's the first step, making these jigs to locate the pan. Because once we cut the pan away, we lost all our reference. A couple other things I like to do is on the earlier bugs, the jack point is different than what's supplied. These, I believe, are later design, and being a stickler for detail that I am, I'm gonna end up cutting this jack mount off, welding it onto the new pan. I've already taken my measurements, locating measurements, so I get it back in the right place. Also, I measured and located all the floor mat mounting studs. On this side here, you can see the pan is a lot better. So I took measurements of the floor mounting studs and wrote it all down on a piece of paper. The other thing I do too, when this pan is off, if you notice here, I sketched out two square holes. I will cut into the tunnel. I'll make two covers for this, and the reason why I do that, that's an access hole to help aid hooking up clutch cable, things like that. It's kind of more of a service access. And I cut back here because I want to check the clutch cable tube. A lot of times that'll break free from inside the tunnel and it'll need to be welded. So I will check that, and it also aids in me running a new fuel line through the tunnel. So those are some of the tricks that I do. So I guess we're all lined up. We'll remove the jigs and we'll get this thing cut out. So when we make our cut, when we cut out the front part of the floor pan against the Napoleon's hat has a little nub underneath here. So you make sure when you cut this floor pan out, you want to stay away from that nub because you don't want to cut through it. And then we'll remove this piece later.
So the plasma did work cutting through the sheet metal, obviously. Larry's going to go and show you what he uses. You use the Sawzall there?
Sawzall and die grinder.
Sawzall die grinder. Most guys don't have a plasma cutter, so Larry's going to show you what most of you all have.
So when we do our cut through the rear, we want to make sure the rear cross member comes over this way and then the floor pan lays on top of that. You don't want to cut, if you're reusing this and you're not using a supplied one, you want to stay off of this so you don't cut we got cross member, and you can see underneath here where the two pieces overlap, so I want to stay off of this. And I can use this as my guide. There you have it, there's the old one. We're going to save it and remove the jack mount. I'll throw it outside for now.
You can do air chisel on that?
Yeah, I'll probably use an air chisel.
You guys can use a hand chisel too if you don't have an air chisel. And a big hammer. So you want to be careful there to not cut through that,
Yep.
that outer lip. That's why I didn't cut all the way through.
Right, I don't want to cut all the way through, because I don't want to cut through this knob. So now we can grind this down and get it ready for the new pan to sit in. So what we do now is we're going to finish removing the little bit of pan that's still left on the lip. Now, if you notice, when I first do this, I like to push up from the bottom. That helps raise the old pan off the lip, and it also helps shows where the spot welds are. All right, so I just want to note to everybody, if you note the factory seam sealer that was installed between the pan and the tunnel, and we'll also replicate this when we're finished. And also on the end, you can see where the pan overlaps the rear cross member right here. So when we made our initial cut, we stayed away from this because you want to, I'll peel this back, and you want to not accidentally cut through this because this is needed for the pan installation. So I'll show you that. I just want to double check underneath here. The lip, okay. Clean it up a little bit and we can do a test fit of the floor pan. Okay, so the right side pan half is removed. I'm real happy the way that came out. So now we're ready to test fit the new one, and this is going to be for test fitting reasons only. I'm not going to weld it in yet because this is all going to get sandblasted, and it's the ideal time for the sandblaster to really clean up that lip for me so I can get a really good weld. So we can do a test fitment, see if the pans fit out of the box, or do we have to do any trimming to them? And we'll find out, and our jigs will tell us that. And in case anybody's wondering that's doing a resto, these pans originally were shiny, shiny black, not semi-gloss black. Plus I'm gonna get my hammer and dolly because at some point they always get dropped on one corner or another, so we have to straighten that out first. Not too shabby. This corner's folded in a little bit, so we're gonna off dolly.
The off dolly.
Oh, the off dolly. So this lip is slightly bent up, so we're gonna off dolly this, meaning we're gonna put the dolly over here where the metal is flat for support, and then we're gonna slowly tap down this bent up edge. Okay, and then I think in the back, this got dropped on its corner, so we're gonna put the dolly on the top side. All right, that'll be good enough for test fitment. Let's give it a whirl. All right, they're in. They do fit, but we're gonna double check and make sure everything is well. We're gonna do that with our jigs. So again, we're locating the hole in that, and these were matched to the original pan that came out, and as long as these fall into place in these two holes, we're good. Well, look at that, there's one. There it goes. Okay. Yep, as you can see, the rear ones fit in, match the jig. So yeah, the Wolfberg West pans fit this car without any trimming perfectly. But at least we know for sure. So when we mount our body on, everything's gonna line up and the bolt should just go right in. And the reason why we did that is because before we cut the old pans out, we installed the heater channels on the old pan in the car. And now that they're separated, they're gonna match everything. Pretty confident that they're gonna be a perfect fit. All right, so these are pretty simple to make. It's just basically strap steel. I welded them together first, and then I used some steel dowel pins to locate the mounting holes.
It's toasty up here.
It is. I think it's this one. What month did we say?
March.
This says February. You sure it's not February?
It's not.
59?
What's that? 237? 287. 287?
237.
237?
Mm-hmm.
Really? It's 287.
What? Oh, it is an 8. I'm old, I can't see.
All right, let's see what we got here. 287. What? It's a March engine. It's the.
And the car is March?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, must have wrote the wrong month.
That's crazy. So you got the correct engine for
Correct
that car.
month.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So I get it. Okay, so
287 because it ends 288 in March, and February is 282. Wow. Wow.
is that neat? And
That
then I
is
gathered
crazy.
parts for it too, the heads, and
Wow.
because it was just a short block. So I
Wow.
knew, how long have I had that now? About a year.
Yeah. Wow.
I've been gathering stuff for it, so.
I can't wait to see the birth certificate. Watch it be that engine. How crazy would that be?
Yeah, they don't tell you, but I could.
You know, you could write the engine number
I could send
down.
a number in anyways, and they would just be yay or nay.
What else you hiding on me?
Not much. Just junk.
Where do we start on this, Lair?
Wherever, everything's been done. New pans, rebuilt engine. And that was the one that was upstairs that we found. That's the matching month and date to the car, remember?
Wow. So,
The rebuilt cases have been split. Transaxle, I split the transaxle, regasketed, reshimmed it, put the one-piece axle boots in. New clutch, pressure plate, brakes, brake lines. Ran a new fuel line through the tunnel, choke cable through the tunnel. And it's ready for to drop the body on it when the body is ready.
where'd you get these rubbers from?
I think all that's Wolfsburg West. I primarily buy all my stuff from them.
Hey,
So what do you think?
you even got the Wolfsburg t-shirt on.
I do today. Look at that.
Yeah, Wolfsburg, send Larry a discount code. Let's go. Hook him up. Wow, so clean. Looks so good. Yeah, let's fire this thing
All
up.
right, let's see if it goes. Do a little
tickle down the throat. I don't know if we need choking or you may have to. Let's see if it goes.
Squirting?
Not yet.
Just give it the fuel.
Put some more in it.
Yeah.
It's gonna drop.
Take that from the guy that flooded the bejesus out of his in this last video. Give it a little tickle though. That is a thing of beauty right there. Absolutely love 36 horse engines. I think I could just build those every day,
I know.
all day. Like, man.
There you have it, we're on our way.
That is a beautiful engine, man.
I got my new tires already. Rims are all been sandblasted, ready
Nice.
to go.
Couple little details left, but
Yeah.
man,
A few more little
what a
details.
beautiful chassis too.
It is.
59 is back on the pan. It's pretty nuts to see this car all. It was nuts to see it on the rotisserie, but to see it actually on a chassis now with an engine, and it's pretty awesome.
It's a big day today. It's been apart for many years, so still got a ways to go with the assembly, but that should go pretty quick.
Working on Larry's 59 finish work. He's trusting me to do this. He's not even here right now. He's a very trusting friend.
Yeah, Jay, fuck that up. There we go.
I'm having so much fun putting this car together with Lair. I did the engine seal off camera. That was was a learning curve. Dropped the screw once already. Let's not do that again. So we're working on the wiring harness using 2 pieces of wire, starting with the dome light, and then we'll continue to run the main harness. That's what we're working on now.
Should be getting close.
Oh yeah, I got tape.
You got tape? You got enough wire there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Engine seals are in, tar boards are in. We're just drilling holes now for the sunroof vent tubes.
Cover the seats this weekend, I think. The wife and I already did the headliner and the sunroof. Everything here is, I have everything here for it.
I wasn't here for the headliner, but I did install the noise pads. That was the most difficult installation. I let you guys handle the easy stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just crazy. I still have that front end vision in my head when it came out of the tent.
Yeah. My vision is when it was on the trailer in your yard.
Oh, you could see it. Yeah.
A chance to look at it.
Yeah.
This was all gone.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
But,
And I waved to it and
yeah.
thought, well,
You said good luck, sir.
I just thought at least he paid rooftop clip pricing when the wife freaked out that he brought this jalopy home. He could easily sell it, and here we are. It's all back in
Yeah, we don't
one
do that.
piece.
We try to save them if we can. If I did my job right and got the heater channels in right, we should be able to get all the bolts in.
Oh, for the pan, okay.
So we're gonna put our bolts in next.
All right.
And then we'll get the door bars off. I usually install these when something's in a rotisserie. More so a convertible than a sedan, but because this is a sunroof, I wanted to put the door bars in.
But you leave your doors on when doing.
When you're doing your metal work and all that, yeah, you want
Always.
always the bracing on the inside of the car, not out here.
Always leave your doors on.
Yeah. Even through body work, you have to do your body work with the doors on. Until you got some support and all that welded in it, and then you can pull them off. I don't think it'd be too bad.
Those are the bigger ones. I thought you said you didn't get the bigger ones.
No, it's like a 2-inch.
I love the paint though.
I mean, I hate white walls, but the birth certificate said this car had white walls.
Yeah,
so
I'm not a fan of them either. But
No, I
show them
know.
the. So you got the outer matches.
Yep. So the outer is that blue gray. So the car's fjord blue, and the interior sunroof and the outer wheel rim would have been blue gray, they call it. So
That's such a nice color too. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna pop, man.
yeah, so we got our insulation is in, our tubes. I pre-wired the car before we mounted it on the pan. It was a lot easier for us to do it that way. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put the body pan bolts in, and they should line up. You know your fingers. This is what you do when you do the jigs and line everything up. Went right in.
Don't forget to follow Larry on YouTube.
That's right, I got my own channel now. Larry's Garage. And you can follow me on Instagram too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's 5150 MXVW.
VW, yeah. It's just. Okay. This one's for CT. I don't know, would he laugh at something like
He
that?
would
or-
laugh at that, yeah. CT, baby. Stand by. Woo!
Woo! Hey guys. All right. I have a shim that goes in here. I gotta get the shim out.
Yikes.
Yikes. Yeah, man.
All right.
Oh, my boss is here.
Hello there.
Hey.
Watch out, moonlighting. Clean the paint out of there. Because sometimes you have to tighten and loosen these multiple times to get the door fit. You want to do this?
Go ahead.
Want to keep going?
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna go get my stuff together first.
I don't trust myself with those.
You know?
I was the cross-thread king at a young age, so I could booger those up in an instant.
Yeah, so the inside ones are good because I probably already did them and they don't have any paint in them. It's all about the feel. Okay, come at me carefully. Can you see that top hinge? Yeah. Okay, just walk yourself in. It's close. Just tap it now. Oh, okay, there we go. One more right there. Just get these in place for now. Ooh! The bottom hinge has to go in a little more, but other than that, I think we're a little tight up here, but we can get that out with the hinge adjustment and release. It fits. Body line's good. We just gotta get it to do one of these. It might change a little bit once we get all the glass and all that in it too. It might weight it a little more. So we're gonna kick this bottom, slide that bottom hinge in, and it'll pull the bottom of this in. And then you gotta put the latch in too. That'll do it. You see that?
Yeah, it looks better with that one adjustment.
Right. Yep. That gets me in the ballpark. Get that there. Hit my head again. You're gonna like that. Okay. Get it to come through. Here we go. Well, the hardest thing is going to be fitting the rubber. I gotta do a little better than this.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, it's just.
Especially new repop
I know,
rubber.
it's, you gotta wrestle with some of this stuff sometimes.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Lots of tape. This is one slip. There we go, we got it.
8 hours later. You want me to put one in? Not over the fender.
Good thinking. Alright, I'm gonna go put one in. Just so we got some support.
Yeah.
Okay, come up there.
You want to go mid? Mid.
Butter. Got it?
Yeah. Give me another one. I'll shoot that one. Is there?
This is already open. And I'll take the next one. So typically when I paint, I don't paint this area here, so I make sure that the turn signals have a really good ground. I mask that off during the painting process.
Big moment for me when the eyeballs go in.
You're an eyeball guy, huh?
Yeah, I am an eyeball guy. It gives the car a face,
It does. Wait till we get the big
personality,
smile face on it.
character.
The bumper.
Yeah.
That'll be next.
CVA in the house.
There you have it. There's one.
Oh yeah.
It's coming together.
Can't wait till the bumper goes on, the other headlight,
That'll be in a few
and we
minutes.
drop the bonnet and face resurrection
Oh, the wheels,
be complete.
hubcaps.
Wolfsburg West, providing all your hardware,
Oh yes.
wiring harness.
Everything.
You got quite a bit from those guys.
Thousands. I'm on number 2.
Oh man,
Now it's doing it for you.
it's crazy. I mean, that side, there was no metal on that side, let alone a headlight.
I know it. There you go. I gotta stand back and look at it.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, yeah. All right, bumper time.
Bumper time.
So we're gonna have to open that up. Ready?
Yeah,
Oh, you need the plastic tool?
Yeah.
We can probably just do one side at a time. This one's not bad. That might be the one. Just do it. Good. There we go. That's it. Sweet.
good. Fresh paint.
Nerve-wracking, isn't
It
it?
is.
You get used to it. There you have it.
Wow. And that only took how long to tape all that?
A few hours. There's definitely a couple different methods of doing it. The first method I was using wasn't quite working out, so I had to go with the mask, which seemed to work out better.
Set. So 2 would be optimal. Really love that interior wheel color to match the sunroof and the interior. We got the jack in, got the tank in. Love the color gray. I think you gotta have the star straight.
Going the other way?
I see you with the valve stem, but I mean, well, you're the Hershey guy, so you tell me.
I don't think it matters. I don't know what VW did. I think we just threw it in there. You're thinking like that?
Well, it's still crooked. You went too far. A little more.
Hey,
You haven't even hit your head yet. I'm impressed.
Oh, I have.
You're a valve stem guy.
I'm a Velson guy.
Oh, put it the valve stem.
But then I do like that. Easy enough to change after.
So if you lose points, you know who to blame.
Well, there's no points to lose if Volkswagen didn't do it that way, or did.
We got seats. We got plates.
Yeah, close.
Just no paperwork.
No, yeah.
We just got the hood lowered, the bumper on, the headlights in. It is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. There, you want to close the choke? Choke it so I can get at the bowl.
Open it, yeah.
There we go.
Is that all the way?
Nope. It's almost there. There you go.
That's all the way? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's got a lot of...
So I'm just filling the bowl here. Give it a little tickle.
Is that all the way?
That's open.
Okay, so I just want to make sure the cable and everything checks it. Make sure the cable's operating the way it should be.
In neutral, not reverse.
I hope not.
Check it.
Yeah, we're good.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Ready. Well, it turns over. That's a good sign.
Yeah, you got fuel back there?
Yeah.
Ready?
Open her up real. Open the choke for a minute. All right.
I want to go part choke.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. Go ahead.
You want choke or no?
Just leave it open.
Ready?
Yeah.
There you go. The new 59 Beetle
There it is.
at the New York Auto Show.
I know. Oof, man. Rolling right off the assembly line.
Oh, first time I've seen it in the sunlight.
How you feeling?
Relieved. All right, let's go. I gotta see if the steering wheel's straight before I tighten it up and put the horn button in.
Holy Moses.
See if it shifts.
Is this the same car?
It is. I gotta get used to what the clutch is.
How's the clutch?
Feels good.
Oh, we didn't torque the rear wheel.
We didn't? We didn't tighten it?
No.
Oh, God.
Well, we didn't get far because I was going to hand torque the wheels. And then, well, I was concerned with how Larry was going to put the hubcaps on. Got sidetracked, and then I forgot to do it.
Heard a thump, thump, thump.
Yeah, well, you probably heard the wally wally. So now
We only traveled 100 feet.
But
But
other than
we're
that,
still on property, so.
yeah. Other than that, it felt great. So.
All right, see what happens to it next. Maybe calling a tow truck next.
But man, seeing it outside is just, oof, man.
Straight. Tighten it up right where it is. The horn button on.
Can't believe we're driving this thing.
I like the sun visors I made.
Makes good power.
Not bad. Nice fresh little 36.
tight. Feels tight.
I adjusted, I took some play out of the steering.
Ride's nice. Seats feel good.
Seats feel really good.
Do good work. Well, except for lug nuts.
I'm gonna call you a lug nut from now on.
I can have to call me lug nut. How's it feel?
Feels great. Nice and tight.
The only thing missing is the rag top.
Yeah, I know, huh? I don't want to open it just yet.
I don't blame you.
Too much dirt. Too much dirt will come
That's
in.
true.
Yeah, I gotta.
That's driving me.
Well, I wanted to make sure the steering wheel is
Yeah.
straight. It looks like it is, so now I'll do the rest of it. I'll loosen up on the cable a little bit. All right, take it away.
Oh dear. Feels tight.
It is tight. Everything's
Wow, I felt like it was in gear. That's
know.
neutral?
new. Yep.
As I'm rolling
Into traffic. Crash. Take the front end off of it.
That thing's peppy, man.
Isn't it?
I've been driving my dune buggy. I like this stocker better.
I love that gear line, huh?
Oh yeah. Wow. Can't believe you got this car done, man.
Is that something?
Driving the 59. That's crazy. It's crazy. Wow.
Does it feel tight?
Oh yeah. Super tight. Wow. Yeah, the steering feels really good. My dune buggy's small.
Cloth, let it motor, huh?
Nice. You said you'd get it done, man. You got it
I
done.
told you I would.
Wow.
I get things accomplished.
Cannot even believe it.
Took this what? We figured it was what, 2 years I think, off and on?
Part time, yeah.
Part time to do this.
I made it. Car made it back.
I wasn't planning on going that far either. So.
Especially now with me behind the wheel. Nice. Gotta love the 58, 59 two-tone interior. That stuff is not cheap these days. Radio came out awesome. Yeah, that chromed. I don't know where I got that. Oh, I got that radio in Massachusetts. He had it all refurbed.
I haven't even seen this outside, so. Let's get the back opened up for you.
Man, love these two-post antennas. Those are my favorite antennas. Love the way these wheels match the rag top. I mean, I'm not a white wall guy, but man, this car, what a classy car. And yeah, it's dirty. He's got smudges and fingerprints and stuff on it. Man, what a car. I can't believe it's done, guys. I mean, I cannot believe it's done. Cannot believe it. You guys saw it. And huge shout out to Frank for saving it. This car was on its way to the junkyard, scrapyard in Willimantic. And a guy that has a garage has his morning ritual coffee, and he's sitting out front having his coffee, and a truck goes by with I think the yard's name on it, heading down to the scrapyard or junkyard. And on the back was this car, and he got in his truck and drove down there. So that guy saved it. Frank ended up with it, and I think 94 he's had it. And they started drilling out all the spot welds. He removed the inner fender. He gave me the NOS inner fender. Larry used that. And he had seen I think he did the lower cowl here. He drilled that out.
Larry ended up replacing the back cowl. These are original fenders. I think there's 3. He might have been missing a fender, but we got those fender strips from, I think, Finland. And used the planishing hammer. It was crazy. So we welded in all the inner correct rib tabs on the fenders. Wow. That thing just came out amazing. Just amazing. Larry's 65 award-winning Vert's going to be for sale since he now has this car. Whew. Where'd you get the inner fender Verkstan or
what, you mean the beaded one?
Yeah, we welded on the fenders.
Oh, on the back. Was it in Sweden? Vertinen?
Oh, Sweden. I think I said
it's Sweden.
Finland.
Sweden? This is from? Last final thing to do. I don't know. I trust with you.
Yeah, I don't.
I actually need that first. Oh, I don't have my glasses.
Is this the last piece?
Hopefully. That look good right there. Voila.
All right, all right. Well, now let's drive it with the correct positioning of the horn button. Oh, it's getting brave here.
I am getting.
Hey, give me the screwdriver before you poke something.
No way. You don't trust me?
No. Oh, that went nice.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of time went into that. There's straps that go in there and all kinds of stuff. You gotta make sure you get all that stuff back in.
Guys, I've been bamboozled. Larry, as I'm in conversation with oh, that's fantastic.
Gotta edit that.
That's fantastic. We'll just blur that whole.
Yeah.
So I'm in conversation with those hoodlums, and Larry just, oh, Jen, you haven't seen the inside. And I miss her reaction to the car that she saw in the driveway. So we're gonna reenact it. No words. So
Take it away.
Larry prides himself as being the new director. He has these
Yes.
ideas. Well,
Take 2.
I was a little speechless.
F-J-O-R-D. I was shaped like
And then I just got a little
Fjord blue.
a
misty
little
eye.
misty. You have to stand
it's
like
amazing.
right in front of it when like remember it.
Yeah.
When the
No,
front end was not on it and it was swimming in mouse urine and feces and
Yeah, it's incredible.
My father had a 63, which is
so we'll see how it places. I'm thinking it's gonna win. Well, there it is, guys. No surprise there for me on this one. Larry won his class.
Oh.
But that's a wrap, guys. Larry's 59 took home first place in his class. It's a good day. Jen even got to see it. I wasn't able to witness her reaction. All this time, I just wanted to see Jen's reaction. The car from the driveway. I didn't get it,
Got a little teary-eyed.
and I missed it. Thanks, Larry.
Sorry.
Congratulations.
I didn't know there was a.
It was a big moment for me.
To see one of your rescues finally restored.
Yes. Said it was going to be restored, and there it is. Show winner.